watching.
You are watching.
You're watching. You guys are watching.
You're watching.
Watching Soulful Discussion.
So hi, how you doing today?
Good, thanks.
All right. How did our paths cross today? How did you and I just meet right now?
Well, I was actually going back to the metro. I went to a museum and I just happened to cross paths with you.
Absolutely. And what did I approach you about? What are we doing today?
We're doing an interview, a couple of questions about different topics.
What are the topics I gave you?
One was mental health.
And two others. Do you remember the other two?
I don't remember the other two.
Okay, so your thoughts about the subject of feet, mental health, and reflexology.
Right.
Cool. In terms of first of all, hearing about feet, when you hear that, what thoughts come to your mind? Is there anything that you think about?
No, I mean, feet are a part of the human body, so nothing gross, nothing disgusting. It's literally just feet. Everybody has feet, or, it's just a part of nature.
Human anatomy.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and I want to get your, actual reactions, how you feel about it and everything, okay? What about mental health? Are there any topics you follow closely, you're kind of invested in?
Yeah, so depression, anxiety, those are some of the main ones that I always tend to think about.
Okay, cool. So today we're going to be talking about social media, kind of how it can affect and impact depression, anxiety. So I'd like to get your thoughts once we get there, okay?
Yeah.
What about reflexology? Heard of it?
Yeah, I believe that's also with the human anatomy, right?
Okay. Yep.
I mean, again, it's nature.
Absolutely. So I'll give you a little information on it,
okay,
and you can tell me how you feel about it, okay?
Okay.
Cool. So let's start with the first question. What are your thoughts on how the world's starting to become more aware of mental health and what we're doing about it? What are your thoughts about that?
I think with social media, I think it's becoming, I guess it also depends on who you follow, right?
Okay.
Or what comes across your path. But I think the topics have become more open.
Yeah.
I'm Latina, so especially within my community, we've grown to, with friends, we actually talk about it, we discuss about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to family, I feel like, at least within my own family, we've been more open about it and actually reaching out to, different services to be able to combat all of our different issues that we have.
That's dope. I like that. And yeah, I think that a lot of people I've talked to so far, when I started asking this question, they said maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
If you would have mentioned being depressed and anxious, people would have looked at you as being weird and that something's wrong with you. You might need to be locked up, things like that. So it's good that we're kind of making strides in the right direction, right?
I agree.
In terms of social media, how do you use social media, and what are your thoughts about social media?
I use social media so originally, I'm not from here. I'm not from LA. I'm from the Central Valley. So I actually graduated from UCLA. So not a lot of people from my hometown actually move out. They tend to stay local. So I use social media to actually show them what is out there in the world. My community was primarily Latino, so coming to UCLA was obviously, even in LA, it's
like a melting pot, right?
Exactly, diverse. So I've been able to share kind of my journey of going from a small hometown to the city, right, and being independent, living on my own. Additionally, within social media, with certain movements, mental health, I've also been able to share resources and share just different supporting movements or.
Nice. I like that. What is something that if you could change anything about social media, what would you change?
I think right now all the misinformation and how a lot of corporations, they just don't see the issue with that. They don't tend to do anything about it. Like Facebook, for example, right? Yeah. That's a big one where they care over profits rather than the actual information, actual facts. So I think that's the most.
And it's really crazy, man, in terms of that. A lot of people I speak to, some of the stories that they've had about different things that have happened on social media. I'm just it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy when you get to hear that. Okay, so in terms of things that bring you anxiety, when you experience that, is there anything in general that brings you anxiety? You don't have to go too in depth, but just maybe surface level.
I think right now what gives me the most is I think COVID, obviously that's a big one right now that everybody's just going through. Yeah, so I think that one, when I'm in certain spaces and I don't feel comfortable, there's people who are anti-vaccines or don't wear their masks, that's when the anxiety develops. Apart from, their personal issues.
Now, is there anything to like a more balanced state?
Yeah, so actually, because I'm from the Central Valley, it's like a ranch.
Yeah.
And now in the city, I have a lot of options to go different places. So that's actually why I was at the museum today.
Okay,
Yeah, so I just came out and I like to go like sightseeing or, explore. So that's a way that I tend to combat that.
So unclogging that mental space, just kind of like focusing on something else.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Cool. So let's get into these questions. I like to see how you're going to react to them.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about your feet? How do you feel about your feet?
They're cute.
Okay. So you like them?
I like them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Especially when I get the pedicure done or do it myself. Yeah.
Always great, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever received any compliments about your feet?
No. I don't tend to like wear
open-toe
sandals.
shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no.
Okay, let's say it's a rare occasion.
Okay.
You were wearing sandals and somebody gave you a compliment about
Yeah.
that. How would it make you feel?
Good. I mean, I feel like any compliment is nice.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind.
As long as the context is correct.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as there's no, not awkward, but just unwanted.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Then it's fine.
A lot of
I
women
don't
I talk
mind.
to, that's what they say. They say that, hey man, I'm good with like you saying that, it looks nice or whatever, but like, when you start going beyond that, it gets bad. Absolutely. In terms of like, if you were gonna be dating somebody, or if you were dating somebody, what's something that would be like a deal breaker for you? Where you'd be like, I can't go with that.
One of the things that I don't like condone whatsoever is when someone is not loyal.
Okay. So like infidelity.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's different ways where people can betray one.
Yeah.
So I think that would be like the main one.
Okay. All right. So how often do you get pedicures? You're kind of mentioning a little bit earlier.
I'm not big. I mean, I might have some, but that was me actually. I did it on my own. I'm not big on. Thank you. I'm not big on like going often to get manicures, pedicures, or like I never got my eyelashes done. I hardly wear like a lot of makeup, so I feel like I'm very natural. Yeah, I prefer that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just tend to do like when I notice that I need like a nail polish again or something.
Maybe a special event or something.
Right. Yeah. Then in that case, so I wouldn't say frequent.
So like if you're gonna put a number on it, let's say like in 4 months, how often do you think you would?
I honestly haven't even gone in since last year.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, I can understand that.
Yeah.
So you said you don't wear open toe shoes that often. If you could put a number on it, a percentage or something, how often do you think?
It's honestly when I go to the beach.
Okay.
Maybe like twice a month. I usually go on weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go like kind of free yourself.
Yeah.
Like that open space.
Exactly.
Makes sense. How often do you go barefoot, no shoes?
Growing up in a Latino household, we were told never to do that. So
I'm telling you, like the fifth person I've heard say that, man.
Yeah, so not frequent. No.
I was also
even
told
in
about
house.
the flying chonkless.
Oh yes,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we're traumatized.
Yeah, there it is.
So no, I don't. And even in my own house, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So
wear
it's something that you kind of carried on into like your own space. Now.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's dope. All right. Cool. So in terms of like going barefoot, you ever heard of earthing and grounding before?
No.
So earthing and grounding is like when you go barefoot in like grass, or,
Oh,
like,
okay.
sand, dirt.
Yeah.
And it's just like letting that naturalness, like from the earth, like kind of like just run through your body. It's supposed to like put you at the most at peace and like at one with earth. Like, any thoughts about that? Possibly doing that in the future?
Yeah, actually, I do that a lot. I tend to go to parks as well.
Okay.
So
you do it and you don't even know you do it.
So I guess so. Usually though, because I don't really, so I guess I do it more in the beach.
Okay.
Because I mean, I don't.
You're insane.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. But usually when I'm at the park, I just like lay down on the grass. So that's, I guess, one way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so now can we see what your feet does up close?
My feet?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, again, I'm not wearing open toe.
But did you mind taking the shoes off, or is that?
I don't mind.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't care.
Can I use your take off and then put them up here, okay?
All right. This is so interesting.
Yeah, you can just stay seated too. Like you can just stay seated and just extend out here. It's all good.
Sure. I think, yeah.
Okay. And then put them like side up here, and then put both of them here.
Oh, both?
Put them both.
Do I have to?
If you can, because you have two, we like to do like a comparison to see like what the difference is. Sometimes people have feet that are longer or whatever like that. Yeah.
I don't think I do, but.
Okay. You're like, I hope not.
I should charge you for this.
Oh man. Well, we'll get to. I'm going to talk to you a little bit later about some of this. Okay. All right.
Sure.
So, what size shoe do you wear first of all?
6.5, 7.
6.5, 7. Does it vary depending on the type of shoe?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. And then let me get you to extend your feet out, and so we can see the soles. Okay. And both.
Oh.
And then put them like kind of. Yeah. There you go. And then toes up. All right. So, how are you feeling right now? We're going through this. Ask some questions.
Yeah.
We're taking a look at your feet. How are you feeling right now?
The sun is actually warm.
Oh, so it feels good for
I'm
you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, leave your feet up. We're going to go through a couple more exercises, but I'm going to kind of talk to you. So, like, with this situation right here, me coming up to you, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know I was coming today. I didn't know I was going to run into you. How do you deal with situations when they're presented to you and it's like unknown? Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
This is actually the first time, like I always see on YouTube, right? People
Yeah.
like interviewing randomly. This is my first time.
Yeah, impromptu.
But as long as the person is welcoming and I
Okay.
feel the vibe and it's nothing awkward or like weird.
I like that. Okay.
I don't think this is weird. I mean, again, human anatomy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's okay.
Lovely,
Cool.
lovely. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about reflexology.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll kind of wrap things up. Okay. So reflexology is about the different pressure points you actually have in your hands and in your feet. Like you have all these pressure points, nerve endings, and those all connect back to like different parts of your body. So through massage, acupuncture,
Yeah.
pressure, you can alleviate stress and tension to various parts of your body.
Yeah.
So if you somebody who deals with migraines, like
Yeah.
massaging a portion of your foot can like alleviate the tension you
Right.
feel in that moment. What are your thoughts about like reflexology and what it does for you from like a more holistic standpoint?
I actually do acupuncture.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it helps a lot. And recently I started doing cupping as
Oh,
well.
okay. Yeah, I've heard about that one.
Yeah, so it's actually really, I definitely recommend it to
Nice.
all my relatives, all my like friends.
Okay.
It definitely helps, and I'm a huge believer in acupuncture.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay. So with that being said, how ticklish do you tend to be?
I'm super ticklish.
Okay.
I
When you
hate-
go get pedicures, very ticklish?
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
all right.
Which is why I'm just like, I honestly rather just do it myself.
I have a trick for you.
All right.
I have a trick for you. Now, would you mind if we test it on camera so I can
Go
show you?
ahead, go
All right,
ahead.
cool. So we get you to point your toes up.
Yeah.
All right. Like put your feet up straight. Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with the right, and we're gonna go from bottom to top. Tell me where it's most sensitive at, and then tell me which foot is more sensitive. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. It's like right as I started to get to the arch. Okay. Try to hold for 5 seconds as you can. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Right in there. Not at the top really, but
In
here.
the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try the left. Tell me where it's at. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Same area.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to try this. Okay. Wiggle your toes. Less.
Oh yeah.
Do you know why? Your foot's in motion, muscles are moving, so it can't pick up on that sensation. So you go get your pedicures, feeling that, just give a little wiggle, it'll alleviate a little bit of that. Let's try the left. Tell me if it's the same thing. Less?
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. All right. So
Wow.
let me get you to do a couple motions. It's going to be like to test dexterity, flexibility,
Let's
things
go.
like that. Okay.
Okay.
Bend your toes over, make a fist. Tell me if you feel any pain. Kind of keep your feet straight, and then just bend just your toes. Pain, discomfort while you're doing it, or is it easy to do?
That's easy.
Okay, relax. Spread your toes. Tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort from that.
No.
Easy to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds. Tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort.
No.
Easy?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here it is. So, let's wrap up the interview now. In terms of my approach,
Yeah.
I came up to you and I approached you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about my approach? Did you like it? Was it something I
Yeah.
could work on?
Yeah, no. It was definitely, again, welcoming and very polite,
Okay.
which is why I was like, yeah, I guess I don't mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, in terms of the interview, start to finish,
Yeah.
did you see how everything was going in a line? Did it make sense to you? Did you learn anything new from the information?
Yeah, I actually, when I think about it, reflecting on that, yeah, it did.
A lot of
it
stuff
did.
I learned.
Yeah, it's interesting now, like mental health, connecting it with like, again, reflexology,
Yeah.
all the different types that's just really interesting.
And I started my channel so like a lot of people have like weird like reactions, negative connotations. They hear the word feet.
Yeah.
So my channel is about like showing more of an appreciation for it and like trying to change the conversation around it, right? So that
Right.
people can learn to like accept, like you kind of said throughout the interview,
Yeah.
it's part of human anatomy. Like what's different about that? Like
Yeah.
if somebody walked up to you and complimented you about your hair, your eyes,
Right.
your hands, same thing. I'm still pointing out something about you. So
Yeah.
I'm just through my channel and hopefully through the interactions I have with women, I can show that. So yeah, and then
Oh, okay.
talking about like different things that bring us anxiety, depression. Because some people, when they're doing this, feel anxiety. They feel.
Oh.
How do you cope with that? How do you
Yeah.
deal with it? So yeah.
Wow.
So, absolutely.
Interesting. Well,
Cool.
thank you for the work.
No
That
worries,
was really
no worries.
Cool.
So the last thing I'll ask,
Yeah.
from a mental health standpoint,
Uh-huh.
a life lesson you learned, some wise words somebody once said to you that you could say to my channel.
Moving to LA at the age of 18, it was hard. I went through a lot of things, low
Yeah.
income, Latina. My dad always told me that all my sacrifices will come with the compensation, and to hang on tight. And I think that's what's been able to get me through all my, I guess, bumps in the road, right? And being able to be where I am now.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think you can actually see like real results in anything.
Yeah.
If you're not sacrificing anything,
Yes.
you're not going to go anywhere.
Yes,
So, like,
and unfortunately, that's life, right? You have to
Absolutely.
give something to get something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
Thank
Definitely
you.
appreciate you doing the
Yeah.
interview, and we hope that you have a great one, okay?
Thank you.
All right.